right, who's starting this one off?
Well, that's it.
We got it.
Yeah, usually we negotiate it before the cast, but
Yeah.
this one is coming to you live.
Guys.
What?
I know that you're probably thinking they have different clothes, but the coffee cups are the exact same. And you're right.
We did 2 episodes today.
We do. This is what we do, guys. This is movie magic.
Wow. Immediate, like, dude, that's so someone listening is just like, and I'm turning it off. My boy Mike, every time before we start, he goes, I'm about to lose us some listeners. And I go,
No. This will get us. We're going to be honest, dude. We're going to be honest.
Yeah, we're not liars.
Vaccines are not safe.
Dude.
I get vaccinated every year multiple
I know.
times.
You get vaccinated more than I do.
Yeah, dude. I walk in and I'm like, hey, give me the extras.
Dude, it's like weird because I believe in vaccines.
But you don't do it?
Dude, every time I do it, I get like, they knock me out.
Well,
So it's like I need 2 days where I can just be nothing, and it's very hard to find 2 days of free time in a row.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like,
AKA the weekend?
Shows.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Like
I'm screwing with you.
One day we'll have an all ages podcast. Today.
No, I don't want all ages. You know what? Children, don't listen to this because you'll learn the truth. Earth is flat. Vaccines are gross.
We're changing the name to Truth for Kids.
TFK?
Yeah, a Turning Point podcast. At TPUSA. Bow with the Ba. That's our theme song is just like the Kid Rock song. That's like, vaccines aren't real and my hands hurt. I drink too much and I taste like dirt. I'm Kid Rock and my skin is leather. My penis looks like an old worn feather. I don't know what that means. My name is Kid Rock.
I do love how your Kid Rock impression is just like a 1980s rapper.
Dude, it's what he sounds like. Have you listened to him recently?
Yeah, not recently.
Oh, dude, his songs about the vaccine are objectively perfect comedy.
That one where that ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. I hate Kid Rock, and you know what? If he joined Joe C in heaven, I'd be okay with it. But
dude, he's so funny though.
Dude, he's a turd.
He's someone that he was someone that was He was rich before he was famous.
He grew up. The Kid Rock story is he grew up with a tennis court on his grounds.
Yeah, he grew up rich.
That's a good sentence.
And he's still a grifter. He's still like, I got to do this for freedom. And then he just goes bow with the ba.
Bow with the Ba is a good song.
No,
I stand by this.
I never liked it.
As my dude, also its CD is so funny. It was just him, the CD. Have you ever seen the Kid Rock CD?
Yeah.
It's just him giving the finger.
Yeah. Real cool guy. Dude.
My favorite part is he's like, I'm doing a real American show, and everyone's like, hey, these are your lyrics you wrote. You like underage girls.
Yeah, dude, there's like a TV interview where he's like talking about the Olsen twins. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen it, but I don't.
And he just literally says on national television, he goes, if there's grass on the field, play ball.
Dude. And
they're like, that's who's doing our shit for Turning Point.
I mean, to be fair, that's the Turning Point motto.
Dude, I mean, don't release the files like Kid Rock play.
My favorite part was that whole show.
You get to Epstein's Island and it's just blasting Bow with the Ba. You get off the private plane, Stephen Hawking rolls off the ramp, and it's just Bow with the Ba, and he's like, da-bang, da-bang. Dude. Stephen Hawking's a Kid Rock fan. That's such a good. We live in the perfect timeline. Nothing's weird. No mistakes. No notes.
I would have thought the end of the world would have been scarier. It's funnier than I thought.
Dude, it's way more fun. Yeah, they didn't. The Bible really missed out on all the.
They were like 4 horses. It's like, screw you, Kid Rock.
Yeah, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Are J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, Kid Rock, and Jeffrey Epstein.
Dude, I love Kash Patel's face. Every one of his like photograph is just him like with his eyes out. Remember that lady that could like push the eyes out of her head?
Yeah.
In the 90s? That's Kash Patel everything.
He looks like he blinked one time 15 years ago and didn't care for it much. Like he tried blinking. He's like, you know what? This isn't for me.
This is not. You know what? Not for me, guys. I tried. Not for me.
Yeah.
He's a turd. They're all turds. They're all ghouls.
They're all big wet turds. Dude, who's this? AG Pam Bondi.
Oh yeah.
She's a ghoul.
They're all ghouls. Dude, is the best name because it's not too mean and you can't like. It's just like
she's a meatball.
They suck life force.
Dude, yeah, they're just like. Have you seen What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show?
Yeah.
They're all energy vampires.
Yeah, but
they're all just sucking energy out of the room, making you be like, why?
Yeah.
Like there's.
We shouldn't talk because I mean, who knows when this is aired? Maybe all of them are dead in a plane wreck.
Or like, dude, you know what I keep praying for?
What?
I keep hoping that like Pam Bondi is secretly Sacha Baron Cohen and he's just doing a new character.
It's very funny.
And he's gonna take the mask off and be like, "It's me, Borat."
Still in character.
So like a character within a character, just Robert Downey Jr.
Dude, but my favorite part about the TP halftime show, which without dating it too much, is I only saw
it a bunch.
I know. I saw a clip of it, and there was no band. He was just lip syncing.
Yeah, he sucks.
He was just on stage lip syncing and kind of singing to a track of his from Forever, and you see all these just like
singing with Ba with the Ba.
You see all these dead-eyed ghouls in the audience trying to clap and make it like this is fun. This is what we want.
There wasn't that many people there. They had to like push in on the camera angles to make it look like it was packed.
Because it sucks. No one likes it. Like even if like I bowl, so I hear a lot of dumb stuff. And like
that is like I know this is like a thing going around too, but that is like if you want to be conservative right now, you have to like Kid Rock is so good to me.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Well, because
before Kid Rock, it was Ted Nugent. Stranglehold is a cool song. You know that song is like, "God, you want to strangle?" That song rules. Ted Nugent sucks though.
Ted Nugent gross married a child.
But Kid Rock has a stranglehold on conservatives, but no good songs.
Except for Ba with the Ba.
Dude, it sucks.
I don't mind it.
Dude.
Devil without a cause.
More like Ba with the Nah.
Oh, you burned him up.
Yeah, ripped him up. Kid Rock, get it.
You know, like COVID broke a lot of people's brains. Like 9/11 broke Dana Smeller. Josie's death broke Kid Rock.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. Dude, he's just like there's a lifestyle I want to live, and like I like going out, I like hanging out and eating hot dogs and stuff.
I love that's your lifestyle you want to live. I love going out, hanging out, eating hot dogs and stuff. Dude, that like out of all the sad things anyone's ever said into these microphones, that's the saddest. I got a lifestyle I want to lead. I want to hang out, eat hot dogs.
Well, I was going to just say, like, you look at Kid Rock and I never want to eat a hot dog again. Like, I do look at him and I was like, you know what? I could do vegetarian again.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know,
that's what you should get me for my birthday, just a Kid Rock.
Oh, that's a good cart.
Somebody just hit my car?
I don't think so. I mean, you could look.
Oh, somebody's plowing.
Oh, someone's plowing.
Somebody's plowing. There's no snow anymore, and somebody's plowing.
They're probably breaking up the ice on their driveway.
Okay, cool.
We're
trying to record a podcast, bro.
Yeah, I'll yell out there.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey,
we're making tens of dollars in here.
We're losing money. Actually,
we're losing money.
Actively losing money. The power's on. I have to pay for it.
We have to give Kid Rock his cut.
We did. Yeah. We did sing Ba with the Ba, so we got to pay his royalties.
Yeah.
We were talking about hot dogs. Oh, RFK has hot dog skin. That's the thing. And you were like, don't say that. I want to eat hot dogs.
Yeah,
but he looks like a hot dog.
He does look like a dude, but like one that's been on the griller at 7-Eleven for 23 days.
Oh, dude, that's that hot dog that like there's a worker. He's like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, he's not a healthy hot dog. A healthy hot dog looks strong, virile.
Yeah.
He is like a sickly old hot dog.
A healthy hot dog is Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
An unhealthy hot dog is RFK.
No. Zoe Kravitz is a healthy hot dog.
Whoa, you take that back.
That was a compliment. I meant it as a compliment.
She doesn't look like a hot dog.
She's got perfect skin.
She's got perfect skin, but
like a good hot dog. This is so funny.
That's pretty loud. I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think it's getting picked up that much. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll find out.
That's what I live in blue collar town.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, it finished snowing 6 weeks ago.
Let's start shoveling. All right.
It's like when your mom asks you to clean your room for like a month.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what's happening right now. That's just like...
Yeah. Then that guy out there, after this, he'll get a dog.
Dude, his wife's just finally going to make him dinner.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a hamburger, no bone. He's got to watch his sugars.
You got to watch the sugars. Celiac runs in my family. Good thing I don't have it. I eat bread all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bread's so good.
Bread is delicious.
Dude.
So back to... but you were talking facts.
So loud.
Dude, it's very loud. We got to teach it. We got to teach the world.
So funny.
So what's that? The band?
Oh yeah, like dude, it's like
back to okay. Let's go to. This is what it sounds like to plow when there's no snow to plow. You're just scraping against the cement.
He sounds like one of those like those old icebreaker ships that would just drive through rivers to crack the ice. It sounds like he's doing that. It sounds like he's an old tugboat that's just like, we got to get the ships out, otherwise the economy is going to die.
Just on my street.
It's just on your street. I don't even know what he's plowing. I don't see ice and snow in people's driveway. He's just like, I got a new plow and I got to see if it works. So he's just banging it into concrete.
He's just making so many sparks out there right now. He's just banging hard shit.
It's like when you get like skis for Christmas, but there's no snow on the ground, so you're just like having your brother push you through the yard. That's what he's doing. Little fucking nerd.
All right, so it could be a Zick.
Yeah, so I love the band. Like the band. The name of the band's a band. The band's a band.
They were with...
I hate you.
They were with Bob Dylan.
So they were called... So I love the band, and they were Bob Dylan's band when he toured, so that's why they're called the band, because they were just,
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, this is Bob Dylan, this is the band, and that's how they got their name.
Yeah.
But they did like a big farewell show that Martin Scorsese produced.
Okay.
And filmed. And he people gave him crap for it because they're like, why'd you do this? And he's like, I wanted to make something people remember because it didn't really make money and he didn't get paid that much. And he's just like, I just really like this band and I want to make this good.
That's really cool.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
But it's like them playing all their hits and like all these celebrities, guest stars like Dr. John, Neil Young, all these people come out. And Neil Young comes out and Scorsese accidentally invented a part of video editing. Because Neil Young just had a giant Coke booger when he was singing his song. And they had to go through, reel by reel and, Sharpie out.
That's so funny.
And when you watch it, he is flying high.
Yeah, dude. You showed me the thing. Because Neil Young hasn't smiled since the 80s, I think.
I don't think he experiences joy like we do.
Yeah. He just had a kid kind of recently.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gross.
Old man, take a look at take a look at your life, old man.
He is very good. Neil Young's very good. Neil Young on the Beach.
Dude.
It's a great album.
Everybody knows This Is Nowhere. I think that is truly a perfect album.
Yeah.
But
that concert when you see him on the side just smiling.
Well, so Bob Dylan comes out at the end, and obviously you're gonna have Bob Dylan close it out.
Yeah.
So he comes out and he's singing, and everyone else that's performed is a backup singer.
Yeah.
And Neil Young he must have done 7 lines.
Yeah.
Because Bob Dylan's singing, and he's just looking at him, and he's like, just having the best day of his life.
It's crazy.
Like that meme of Hillary with the balloons. It's so good. It's all perfect.
That's so funny. That one where she's like...
Yeah, where they drop balloons and she looks like she's never seen the sky before.
She's a ghoul.
Yeah, dude, she is. Dude, she's got hot sauce in my bag.
Dude, every time that's the thing about Trump. He exposes just the ignorance of the Democratic
Democrats
Party.
don't actually know how to be people.
None of them know how.
Yeah.
And Obama, he was at least a personable guy. He did do things that he should have did better, way better. Yeah,
we could have the drone strikes.
Well, except for being and deporting way more and Bush at the time, and also he could have delivered national health care, but he didn't.
He did. He tried.
He didn't.
He didn't though.
Because he had the House and the Senate, and they could have did a public option.
But that was, to be fair, that was the first time they really abused the filibustering.
Yeah,
and Democrats were just like, what?
Yeah, it was one of the. I mean, it's one of those things. He wasn't. If he were,
it was a turning point, USA, in American politics.
If he were to been I wish he were the guy that the Republicans painted him as.
Dude.
They were like, oh, this socialist is gonna ruin, and be like, oh, we'd have a bunch of good stuff right now.
Dude, I don't have a job right now. Healthcare would be pretty tight,
pretty sick.
I go to the doctor. If I had healthcare right now, I'd go to the doctor and I'd be like, I don't even know what's wrong. Figure it out. So I'll tell you this. Hey, doc, I'll give you a clue. I'll tell you this right now. Something isn't right.
And the first question. How many hot dogs do you eat?
It's just like that Detroiters episode.
Yeah.
Hot dog bowl. Dude, yeah, it's not good.
But everything will be fine. We're all gonna go to heaven. And
with dogs.
No cats.
You think heaven just plays Who Let the Dogs Out all the time?
Depends if that's your version of heaven.
Yeah.
What is heaven? I've
been asking people that.
So.
Because I almost died.
Huh?
Yeah, I told you about that.
Which way?
I choked
on
with
ramen. Ramen. You told that? You didn't tell them?
Yeah, I didn't tell them. I've been trying to do a bit about it, but I did choke on. I was home alone with the dog.
Yeah.
And I had the last bits of ramen in the bowl, and I tried to klug it real quick.
Yeah.
And I legit choked on ramen, the thing that's noodles.
Yeah.
And dude, coughed, ended up Heimliching myself on the kitchen island.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
And then threw up all over the apartment. Dude, it just to the point where I didn't even have to throw up anymore, but my body was just we need to save you. Just overcorrecting the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
And I almost died, and I've just kind of been on this weird bender where I'm like, what happens when we die?
That's funny.
Yeah. And my favorite is there was like an older lady that was like, I think we all get a house.
That's so sad.
Dude, it's so sad.
Like everyone gets their own house.
She was like, everyone gets their own house, and it's just exactly what they want. And
So-
I'm such like a pessimist that my first thought genuinely was like, well, who does the maintenance?
It's very
Because
funny.
I don't want the house to be too big if I got to do it
No,
all.
it's perfect. It's a
Yeah.
perfect house.
Yeah.
So I always think about this where heaven, because I don't think Judaism talks about heaven as like a concept,
Yeah.
and then I don't think Catholicism really does it?
Yeah.
What do they say?
You go there.
But they don't say.
No, they just tell you. They're like you. They like. It's like the worst sales pitch of all time. Honestly,
They just tell you about hell. They're just like, hey,
they tell
you will
about,
be
oh,
tortured.
you learn about hell. But then the pitch for heaven is basically, one, it's not hell, and two, they're like, you're gonna want to get in. That's like growing up Irish Catholic. The pitch was just like, trust us. When you get to those gates and you St. Peter's, you're gonna want to get in.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So here's my you're talking about being a pessimist about it, like with the house and stuff. My issue, Fruit's about to get real comfy.
Look at that boy.
He's all in the blankets. He's
Yeah.
gonna make muffins.
I was about to be like,
Oh wait, I don't like that.
Hey, Farouk, stay away from the laptop. Otherwise, we'll tell people you're in the Epstein files again.
No, he's not.
You're right. He's just the pilot.
No, he wasn't even he wasn't even on board.
Yeah.
They asked him to go, and he was too busy.
You guys can't see it, but he's looking out the window right now, dreaming about Epstein's Island.
He's looking
He's
out.
like trying to remember the good old days, as he calls them.
He's looking out the window, trying to imagine why a truck would plow when there's no snow.
Well, they finally stopped, and now he's like, "What's that noise?" And he'll never know.
Yeah, he'll never know.
Yeah.
He'll be over here.
Yeah.
I love cats. They're the magical beasts. Perfect animals. Come on up. Yeah, I know you're gonna jump up here. It'll be fine. Okay. See
Walks
you later.
right past you. You guys can't see him, but Mike was so excited he thought his cat was gonna jump on, and he just strutted right by.
Dude, he's got a good strut.
Yeah.
I don't even matter. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Unsettling.
Yeah. Gross. What were we talking about?
Things Mike has said about his
heaven.
cat. I like that. It's like that you just said that, and I'm like, things. That's like something you've said about your cat, but not your ex-wife.
Yeah, she had a good butt.
Hate to see you go. Love to watch you leave.
I was happy to see her go.
Hell yeah.
Come on up. So
Focus.
yeah, so back to heaven. I always just imagine, so like I remember my friend who was like very into Catholicism, like he wanted to be a deacon when he was younger. Like, so the way Catholic faith works is you don't actually have to be sorry for your sins. You just have to say you are. This is like doctrine.
Not when I
It's law. Like if you just ask for forgiveness, you can be forgiven. You could enter heaven. Catholic dogma. That's like the.
we grew up and we were like told God will know if you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
So they because like we were just like, hey, we're Irish and we gotta feel bad right now.
Yeah.
And so they were like, they'd tell us like, you gotta, if you say you're sorry, you gotta mean it, and the only one that'll know if you're lying is God.
Yeah.
And then like we'd go to confession and the priest would be like, do you mean it? And it's like, I mean, yeah.
I hate it because one, you're a kid, and I just hate it. I hate it all. I hate it so much.
Also, like, dude, it was so gross to me. Like priests are just listening to high school kids be like, yeah, I'm horny.
Yeah, dude, it's gross.
Soaking it up. Like,
because they're probably horny too. Because
Yeah.
they're technically whatever. But and here's the thing: if you have faith and it makes you happy and you want to go to heaven, that's great.
If you got any questions about the Catholic Church, just watch Spotlight.
Yeah, seriously.
Terrifying movie.
But so like my problem with Catholicism and all that stuff, and with that specifically, so like my imagine is that you be a bad person, but you ask for forgiveness, and you're like, I want to be forgiven. I feel remorse. Then you go to heaven. Then your whole life you were a bad person. So is your whole life is just like punching the shit out of kids?
That's why,
if you're like,
dude,
that's your heaven. You know what I mean?
We keep seeing that stuff about Trump questioning if he's going to go to heaven.
Which is that's how bad our again, if you have faith and you believe in it, that's beautiful. Whatever. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you feel like special. But like now they're not even asking about. They're like, hey, you're detaining children and like separating families and like you're doing like evil things, and they're like, you think you'll get to heaven? And
it's so sick that Catholic Church dogma is you just got to say sorry.
Yeah.
So like you can like detain kids and be a monster and do Epstein shit, and then you at the very end you can be like, I'm sorry, and God's just like, oh, come here, man, it ain't no thing.
Yeah,
like,
supposedly.
Get on in.
I don't know. I could be wrong
just
about that.
Don't go near the kids' pool.
And if you know about Catholic Church, sorry, grow up. Secondly,
if you believe in God, grow up. That's the message.
Yeah, but if you're mad at us, please write to Mike and Joe Have a Show and let us know more
at
about
gmail.com.
Catholic.
You gotta tell them which website.
Dude, everyone knows Gmail. I'm sorry. Mike and Joe have a show at hotmail.com.
Dude, I still have an AOL account, but even though but yeah.
America's not online anymore.
America. It's so funny that's their biggest business problem is they're like, we need America to be online, just on our line.
Dude, I miss AIM so much.
Dude, AIM, when it got shut down, I was legit bummed.
Dude, I stand by this fact, and I said it as a joke sometimes, but I think it's true. If we still had AIM, we wouldn't have had January 6th. Because it wouldn't have been as big. It wouldn't have been as like easy to just like.
You say that, but it also would have been one of those things where it's like January 6th coordinated on AIM.
That'd be very funny, yeah.
Yeah.
But Facebook, all that stuff screwed it up. Zuckerberg.
Zuck.
Emailing Epstein.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, dude.
Everybody.
After, like, there's some people that did it before. After all the stuff came out. After
the news
he was
broke
arrested,
and Zuckerberg was like, sounds cool.
Dude, Zuck, that alien freak. Although Social Network is a good movie.
I know.
Yeah.
But I do like that Zuck was like, I'm into UFC now. We're like, who cares?
Good for you.
Yeah.
He's in, and then he just goes to Hot Dog Rogan and just he's like, man, this is gonna be powerful. Talk about a word that's been just delegitimized in my brain because of Joe Rogan. Powerful.
Powerful, and what's the other? The diversify.
He says diversify.
No, just like business people.
Yeah.
Like just having worked in business for that long.
Gotta diversify.
Dude, you gotta diversify. And the other one is process improvements. Is a phrase that I've grown to hate. Because like what's that like? You know what like 6 Sigma is?
I know what 6-7 is.
I didn't see that coming.
And that's a Catholic promise.
Well, there's like this business thing called 6 Sigma, and it's like you just identify different. Like anytime you have a process, it's like one of the things you're supposed to identify the weakest link and make it better.
Okay.
But then you just keep doing that forever, and the whole point of it is like corporations being like, hey, how do we get the most bang for our buck out of you? And it's like, I don't want to do this. Just pay me more if I'm going to do more.
I hate it because it's capitalism, dude.
I know, but it
sucks.
Like, I've spent about a decade doing business.
Yeah.
And it's just their entire thing is like, how can you make us more money? But the second they think you're not doing a good job, it's like, peace. Or like, not even if you're not doing a good job. If like business is bad, they're like, peace. But when it's good, they're like, daddy needs more dollars.
Daddy needs all those dollars. Here's the thing about that. I get really frustrated with it. Like, there's like a legal responsibility to have growth every year. So, like Apple being Apple, let's make.
It's mostly if you're publicly traded.
If you're a public traded company, is a legal responsibility, which a lot of things like to go public.
Yeah.
The majority of our economy is public.
Yeah.
So if you're Apple, let's just do that, and let's be real dumb about it. $1 billion. You have to make $1 billion a year. You have to make $1 billion a year, and if you don't make $1 billion, and if they're like, well, we project,
you got to make $1 billion this year. Next year, you got to make $1.5 billion.
Exactly.
$2 billion.
But if you still made $1 billion profit, you technically didn't do good because you did not grow.
Dude.
And then there are like repercussions that reverberate through. And here's the other thing: I don't even know that much about like economic theory.
Part of the theory behind it is they're like, okay, we made $1 billion last year. What's inflation? Inflation's 8%, so we got to make $1.5 billion this year. But like the thing that drives me nuts,
we make it all up.
Is that we make it all up. 9 times out of 10, the companies hit those goals, and then you sit down and they're like, we're going to give you a 2% raise. That's fair.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, so you get the 7% plus, but we get. I'm
stock
technically
options.
making less money.
My favorite part is that like Jeff Bezos he doesn't even have to have money because he could just borrow against his stock.
It's crazy.
And then when there is a profit, he'll pay back what he borrowed in the profit when it goes up.
Out, yeah.
So like he didn't have to actually spend. So like what that means is money isn't real.
Money for him, no.
Absolutely not. Money isn't real. But he gets to go to space and wear a cowboy hat.
I think
that would have blown up, that would have been the funniest thing.
Dude.
If the next time the Katy Perry one would have been funny too, but not as funny. Just because like
I mean, it would have been actually way more funny because her biggest song is Firework. Do you know how many people online would have been like, baby, you are a firework?
Do you think Justin Trudeau would have dressed up like Aladdin again and tried to make a wish to get her back?
Oh, that's right. They're dating.
Yeah. They're dating currently.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's got to be the most boring, just robotic couple on earth.
Dude.
Next to Cory Booker and
just
whoever
every
else.
night he's like, "Do you want to see my Aladdin costume?" And she's like, "Stop asking."
The answer is yes.
He's like, "I'll do it for you. I love you."
He's like, "You're my Jasmine." She's like, "I am not."
Yeah.
Remember,
No, but
she kissed a girl.
This is like one of my favorite because we were talking about business stuff.
Yeah.
So I worked at like this one company. It won't be named, but they do trucking and truck stops. And the name of the company is Travel Centers of America.
Not Sheets.
Not Sheets.
Not Buc-ee's, which Ohio's getting.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But so like this company during COVID,
Yeah.
we had a meeting where like the VP of finance sat down with our team.
Yeah.
And basically told us like it was like a multiple part meeting, and the first part was like, how's the company doing? And everybody was at home during COVID, so everybody was shipping everything. So the trucking industry went bonkers.
Yeah, it was
COVID.
doing great.
And so by extension, truck stops were doing amazing.
Yeah, because that was the only thing that was open.
Yeah. And he was like literally telling us how it was the most profitable year.
It was awesome.
In the history of the company.
Yeah.
Since it was like not a part of BP.
Yeah.
And he was like, we're making buku bucks. And then like 20 minutes later, we're talking about raises, and they're like, unfortunately, as you know, COVID's hit everybody hard. We're not doing raises this year because the economy is not doing great. And I literally raised my hand and was like, you just said we're having the best year we've ever had. And he's like, but the economy's not doing great. And I was like, but we're doing amazing. And my boss gave me a look that was like, shut up. And I was like, no, he's just lying to us.
He's lying.
They could literally.
He's not even lying. He's just
he's gaslighting us.
He's not even. He's just like being like, we are doing great, but out there they're not doing great, so you're not going to do great,
dude. But also, like, you can when you're.
I don't know if that's lying. What is that? That's not. That's a magical thinking.
Yeah, that's just dog whistling.
That's parents when they're like, you get an allowance, and then you're like, I did all the work, can I get the money? They're like, you have a house that you live under, right?
Yeah. My dad.
Yeah.
But
so you were ready for this.
Yeah, I was right. But like, I also wasn't, because I'm like, now I'm an adult, I can stand up to dad. But
that's what you think.
But my boss like gave me a look, and I was like, dude, that's like crazy that we're not getting raises.
Yeah.
And the guy, we're publicly traded.
Yeah.
So you can look up, and I looked up. He got like, first of all, you got like a couple $100,000 raise, and then like a $500,000 bonus.
Yeah.
And I was like, so he gets almost $1 million extra, and we can't get 2%.
2%. Yep.
We can't get milk.
Can't get milk.
We can't get the good milk, strong milk.
You can't get healthy milk.
Dude, we can't get boy milk. For strong boy.
That guy gets dad milk. Why can't we get boy milk?
It was like one of the most. Yeah, that was like when I truly lost all faith in corporations and business and everything. That was like the day I mentally checked out.
It's one of those.
Because I was like, they don't. No company's ever gonna actually care about you.
Dude, they don't care. Like I tell everyone that. Like they're always like, I'm worried about my job. I'm like, if you died before your body was in the ground, they would have your job listed on Indeed. Like it doesn't matter. No one cares. Like they don't like. It used to be like you would work at a place and they give you a watch or something. Now they just are like, see you later. Here's pizza. Like
we really appreciate all you guys are doing. Here's one ham sandwich. Cheese will cost you.
Here's the other thing though. Like COVID did show some things. Like whatever you want to say about the vaccine, which a lot of people have opinions. I'm gonna call it the Trump vaccine because he was president when they came out with it. So you know what? Congrats. I took
Freedom
it.
Vaccine?
Dude, Trump TPUSA vaccine.
Yeah.
So the Trump vaccine.
That would be funny. Like Moderna, the official vaccine of Turning Point USA.
Yeah. So all that stuff, whether you want to be whatever, that was a thing that like the government came together to streamline, and it worked.
Yeah.
And also, they also like because of like the COVID like money that they gave out and like to make sure that families weren't struggling, they lifted so many children out of poverty. So it's like, hey, if we do this, if we do like,
prove that stuff will work.
Yeah. And even think, like, I don't even know that much about theory, like communist theory or like socialism theory, or like I don't know that much about anything. But I do know I walk outside and I see what America does, and it does not work.
It's just like, it's also one of those things that's very funny. It's like during the financial crisis.
Yeah.
They were like, we got to bail out the big three automotive when Chrysler was just, they were all just horrifyingly bad.
They were just bad companies.
Chrysler, Ford, GM, whatever.
And when I'll give the unions credit, they like held their ground and got raises and did what they needed to do. And they were like
auto unions rule.
To a point, there was at one point in time when I think they were shitty, but now they're good.
But
like not the leadership was shitty.
Yeah,
I believe in everything should be unionized.
Most leadership is shitty, but
yeah,
they it's just one of those things where I'm like, was it better to bail those things out, or what if we just gave that bailout money to the? Because the whole logic was we got to save the jobs.
Yeah.
What if
we
they
just
would
gave
have
it
just
to
given
people?
those billions of dollars to the people that worked at GM and Ford and Chrysler? I'm like, I think we would have been fine.
My favorite is
we'd all be driving Kias right now. Kia boys would be everywhere.
Yeah. You ever like that mint the coin?
Oh yeah, you told me about it. It's pretty
fascinating.
Sick. Yeah.
So the idea is that like everyone, the debt's only talked about when Republicans aren't in charge, because then they'll just drive it up, and then they'll be like, when they're not in charge, like when there's a Democrat, they're like, well, what about the debt?
Yeah, unless you're Eric Adams, then you just destroy New York City.
You just do whatever you want.
Yeah, you make the debt bad. You make it real unattainably bad.
So like the mint the coin thing is what it's like. All right, well, if we have $1 trillion in debt, we just mint $1 trillion coin and be like, and then just do it to pay off all the debt.
Yeah.
And it's there's people that are like, some people are like, oh, that's bullshit. But all of it's bullshit. Not everything is bullshit.
It's also my favorite theory.
Because imagine $1 trillion coin, and then imagine the heist.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like they gotta mint the coin in like Nebraska, but they gotta travel it to DC. But flying the coin's not safe. It's $1 trillion coin. It's a big coin.
It's a big
so
coin.
They gotta take it by truck. And oh boy, the heist movie. We get Nicolas Cage involved.
We get Nicolas Cage and Vin Diesel.
Dude,
just 2 cars.
2 cars.
Going fast. 2.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Nicolas Cage is like, hey, you. I'll meet you at the coin. I got to make a stop at the Declaration of Independence.
Vin Diesel, one of my muses, dude. He's not been popping up in my feed recently.
Also, like, real quick,
the
mint the coin thing.
Yeah.
Truly, my favorite thing about that is we don't know if it'll work until we try it. So why not try it, baby?
Who gives a shit, dude?
Who gives a shit? Mint that coin.
At least have $1 trillion coin. At least have something fun.
Dude. Just put like a bunch of cats on it and like dollars, like kooky dollar signs.
Dude, cat coin?
It just says oops on it somewhere.
Oopsie. And it's just got a picture of that.
You can even lie. Mint the $1 million coin and then just be like, we didn't mean to do this, but now we got it.
Yeah, dude, you make
it $1 trillion coin or whatever.
Make it all up. All of it's made up. Everything is made up.
Mint that coin, deposited it. You already got the mold. Mint another one. Break it up between everybody.
I know someone that maybe knows more about this is mad at us, but I don't care because you're dumb in other reasons.
Yeah,
you're dumb in other ways. But here's the other thing that's very funny to me.
What do you know about Seeger?
You know nothing.
Nothing, nerd.
I like when people, like, every once in a while someone will be like, we got to go back to the gold standard, which I love, because I'm like, what is gold worth? Whatever we say it is worth. Everything is worth what we say it's worth.
Everything is just made up.
Everything. Dude, salt is worth a lot.
Yeah.
When you don't have refrigeration. It's all like everything's fucking made up.
Dude.
You know what's not?
We should just come out with like the Mike and Joe Have a Show official stock market.
Dude, I can't wait for us to make a crypto coin.
Yeah.
And then just do that grift. Like Hawk 2.
It's just called Mo. It's just your and my name combined. Or Jike. Jike coin.
Jekyll.
And we just sell it and we tell you what it's worth.
Strigs.
Brank coin.
I do love when people.
But yeah, we could be like Hawk 2 and just rob everyone. Rob both our listeners.
All crypto coins. There's a couple stable coins and the rest are just made up. Which
my favorite's Cash Coin. Cash Patel's had one.
Yeah, Cash.
I believe it was called Cash Coin.
That's actually so funny.
And like, you know what's my favorite thing about Cash Patel?
Yeah.
This is how much of like, you can tell when someone hasn't mentally aged beyond like middle school or high school.
Yeah, like Vivek Ramaswamy.
Well, no, dude, but when I tell you like
future governor,
Cash probably still thinks like flames on car look cool.
Yeah, they do.
He's like routinely spells his name K-A$H.
Head of the FBI does that?
Head of the FBI puts a $sign in his name because he's Cash Money, baby. That's who's running the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Is a dude who spells his name the same as Kesha.
Why isn't Kesha in there?
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. TikTok, boys, get her in there. She would be a better head of the FBI. She would 100% be like, let's see what's going on in these Epstein files.
They are. No, they've released the files and people are going through them and they're just like, now they're just like, hey, that's not true.
I know.
Now they're just lying. I mean, there's a lot going on with that.
Yeah.
Like, there's other things. I mean, have you read any of the files?
Yeah.
I have not. I'm just
They're
like
horrifying.
I'll read what people share or something like that, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, I'll let someone take the reins.
It is just weird how open they were about everything in these emails.
It's crazy because
like everyone's like, oh, they have code speak. Like, remember the Wayfair
yeah.
thing? No code speak whatsoever. They're just like, hey, could I come to your island and maybe see if you have girls?
It is that thing where like they would always talk about. They're talking about cheese pizza. It's like they're just like, hey, this guy tortured a child to death. You want to see a picture of it?
Dude.
They don't because again, if they're all evil ghouls.
P.S. And then it's just P.S. Can we order pizza? Like,
yeah,
they're horrifying.
My favorite part is like, yeah, it is wild because the thing is like, I had heard about this stuff like a long time ago, like pre this, and like pre all this other things, and like. They know what they're doing, like the JFK thing. That's why why a lot of those like podcast people wanted like
I think
Trump to be in office because he's like, I'll release JFK.
No, they didn't. Same with MLK. They were supposed to like release stuff and never did.
Yeah. Well, I mean the government killed MLK.
Yeah, I know.
And JFK.
And JFK.
I mean, yeah.
If you get an FK in your name, sorry, bro.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got if you got a 3-letter acronym, RFK. The good one. My bad. Sorry. The one that was actually a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Kennedy was sick as hell.
His dad was all right.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. Bobby Kennedy would have been awesome.
Yeah, that's why the CIA killed him.
He would have genuinely been a better president than JFK. And I think the CIA got him.
Yeah, he got both of them.
Yeah.
But like there is like Kremlin like declassified documents where like the Kremlin like put in like conspiracy theories about JFK.
Really?
To help sow like
dissent in the U.S.
Yeah, just to distrust. Like that is like a thing. That thing is like that's why like
well, dude, like
the United States did it in the Philippines during COVID, where they were like they're using for majority Muslim areas. They're putting China's vaccine is putting pig something in it so that it is haram. So like they were trying to sow discontent from like them buying the Chinese vaccine, which was totally like they all do it. They're all evil, gross monsters.
Yeah.
When we're all just people.
Dude, we are all just people.
And you know what? I think we gotta go.
We gotta go. We got shows.
Yeah, we gotta do shows.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Mike and Joe have a show at gmail.com.
See you in Riyadh.